Okay, so everybody has asked, well, not everybody, but many people have asked me, how do I make my homemade tomato sauce? So here it goes. I don't know how I'm going to hold this and videotape it, but whatever. I guess I can't. So what I'm going to do is pause it and come back to it. I've boiled the water. You take a big pot and you boil water and you blanch the tomatoes. So I'm going to put the tomatoes in the pot. Hold on. So there you go. You take your plum tomatoes and you put them into a pot of boiling water and you blanch them. So I'm going to cover them. Just let them sit for a couple of minutes. I'm going to shut off the burner. And now they're going to blanch, which means that you're going to remove the skins from the tomatoes. We'll be back. Okay, so once you see the skins start to peel away, see? I'm going to drain the tomatoes in the sink. I cannot videotape this all by myself. I'm going to let it cool a little bit, and I'm going to remove the skins and clean up the tomatoes. I'm going to cut the end pieces away. We'll be back. So I'm draining them and letting them cool a little bit in the sink in a strainer. You can see the skins are really coming off, and I'm going to prepare them to go into the pot. And then we'll add all the goody ingredients. I hope you're all enjoying your Saturday. Yummy. So as you can see, the skins are removed and they're sitting in the drainer. They are very watery. You want to try to get out as much water as you can. I'm going to let them sit there for a minute. These are the skins. They're going right down the garbage disposal. You have to remove the skins. Otherwise, you don't get a good sauce. We'll be back. So I'm starting to clean up the tomatoes. As you can see, I'm cutting off the ends. Don't cut much or you won't have anything left. You need lots of tomatoes for this. I'm just making a small amount for myself. So I'm going to continue to do that. I cannot video and do this at the same time, unfortunately. Thank you. See you in a few. So the tomatoes are all cleaned up. They're still a little watery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into the back into the strainer for a bit and let them drain a little bit more. If you're making a lot of sauce for a huge amount of people, you need 100 times more tomatoes. This will be enough for me for a month because I'm going to freeze some of it. And you'll see what I'm going to do because there's lots going into this. And this is a meatless sauce. This is a vegan sauce. And you can use it for whatever you want. So the tomatoes are draining. We'll be back. The tomatoes are nice and drained, and I'm putting them back into the pot. I am going to now cut them up into smaller pieces. We'll be back. Okay, so I've chopped up the tomatoes and they're in the pot. See, into fine pieces. And now I'm going to get everything else ready and I'll be back and show you how to put it all together. Hope you're having a great day. So we're going to start putting in our fresh ingredients, which is fresh mushrooms, fresh garlic, fresh onion, red onion I prefer, some tomato paste, and cilantro. And I'm going to add others. There's basil that's going in, and other ingredients to come. Thank you. Hold on. I'm adding a can of Santo peeled tomatoes. You can use any kind. I like this brand. I usually use the San Marzano, but they're very expensive. And since I'm using all fresh tomatoes, I'm just adding a little bit more in to make it a little bit heavier, a little bit more, so I don't have to keep doing this over and over again. I'll have enough for a while. I'll be back. Okay, so all the fresh ingredients is in the pot. That's the cilantro, the tomatoes, the fresh garlic, the mushrooms, and the red onions. I'm telling you, this is something, you could just eat the sauce and it'll be a meal. Okay, so now I'm going to add the salt and the pepper and some of the dry ingredients. I put a little sugar. I like it sweet. Sometimes I use wine, but I don't happen to have any, and I'm not going to go buy it. It's not the biggest deal. So I'm going to add some fresh ingredients into the sauce. Look how yummy it looks. It's going to be it's going to be enough for me. And you're all welcomed if you want to come to Asheville. Okay, I'll be right back. So all the ingredients are in the pot, and I also added a little Parmesan cheese. So we've got Parmesan cheese, salt to taste, pepper to taste. I used a whole clove of garlic chopped up, cilantro fresh sliced mushrooms, any kind will do, your fresh plum tomatoes, a little bit of sugar, and let's see, peppers, sugar, garlic, tomatoes, cilantro, a little Italian seasoning, and you know what else is in there. Now I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to get it to a boil, a slow boil, and then I'm going to shut it down and let it simmer for hours and hours and hours. And I will come back and I will show you the progression of the sauce. I'm going to leave the lid, I'm going to cover it with the lid. This is a cast iron pot, I prefer that. But I'm going to leave the lid a little bit ajar so that some of the steam will come out and it won't be so watery. When you use fresh tomatoes, it is a little bit more watery, so you have to be careful. And generally speaking, I tell anybody that asks, you can put whatever it is in that you want. Whatever you've got available in the refrigerator, as long as it goes with the sauce. Some people make it with meat, but I prefer not to. This way I can use it for whatever I want. And I'm not offending anybody. If somebody wants it, they can have it if they're vegan. I am somewhat vegan. I used to be completely vegan, but every now and then I have to have some protein other than what vegans eat. Other than that, I am pretty much a vegan. So we're off to this, and I would cook clean if I were you because it's a mess, and so I try to cook as clean as I possibly can. I wipe up with each step so that now I really just don't have that much to do. And we're basically done. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm sure it'll be fine. I've been doing this for 40 years. Oh God, I'm so old. Okay. Everybody have a great day, and we'll be back later. Bye.